Hello everybody, my name is KingStix. Today we have a Fog of War challenge. We have 5 gold players against 5 diamond players. Now the catch here is the diamond players aren't allowed to use their trinkets, so they can't use their yellow trinkets or red trinkets, and they're also not allowed to play any champions that give vision like Ashe. Now Nidalee is a bit of a cheat here since her trap technically gives vision if they step on it, but we're going to go ahead and let that one slide. My prediction is for this game that the gold players will do poorly in lane in the early game, but around the mid game, around level 6 and up, they will get an advantage because of the Fog of War the diamond players are having to deal with. But then I feel like in the late game, the diamond players right here are going to just be shoving down lanes and pushing for the win. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Let me know what your predictions are down in the comments below. Really interested to see what you have to say, and then we can compare and contrast. All right, with that being said, let's just jump right into it. Now, everyone's leaving base relatively soon. On the gold side, the diamond players are sure taking their sweet time, which is going to hurt them. I'll change the Fog War to be on the gold perspective for a moment, and we'll see what's going through their heads. So right now, it looks like they're just checking for an invade. On the diamond team, we have Yasuo, Nidalee, Jhin, Vayne, and 𝐒𝐿𝐴 against 𝐒𝐿𝐴, Lee Sin, 𝐒𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋, and Leona. This should be overall a pretty strong team in team fights early and mid game, and this team seems to actually be more late game oriented, especially the Dark Harvest Nidalee. She needs a lot more time to scale unless she can get ahead in the early game, and with the Yasuo 𝐿𝐴, they'll combo pretty hard in the late game as well. So right now we're just looking out for the invade on the gold team. The diamond team doesn't really seem to be doing anything. Let's see it from their perspective. Let's just turn off Fog of War. All right, there we go. Looks like the diamond team is actually setting something up pretty juicy. Let's watch it from their perspective. Doesn't seem like the golds know what's happening. We're going in for a late invade on the diamond team right now. This is going to catch the golds off. Hopefully Lee Sin can land his smite here. Oh wow, he didn't even go for it. So they got the Lee Sin flash and got the red buff. Really unfortunate for the Lee Sin. Super cheese by the diamond players. That was pretty scummy, not gonna lie. I don't know. The Lee Sin is out of position. I don't know what's happening here. They're just gonna chase him down, I guess. He is gonna use the plant. Nidalee lands the spear. Good God, this Nidalee is clean. She gets the kill. Things are not looking good for the gold players so far, guys. Not looking good at all. The Lee Sin is getting hard dumpstered. Didn't get a buff and then still dies. This should be a pretty easy lane matchup for Kai'Sa. Just she should be able to cut into 𝐒𝐿𝐴 pretty hard. Let's check out the top lane. Yasuo 𝐒𝐿𝐴 seem to just be doing a bit of a farming fest. Not really doing much right now. Just trading a bit. 𝐒𝐿𝐴's actually getting off some solid damage onto the Yasuo. He's falling behind a bit in CS. Nidalee is coming in for the bot lane right now. Doesn't look like the gold players are utilizing their wards very well. Leona goes, right when Leona goes in, Nidalee comes out. Well played by the diamond player. Leona flashes out. This should be a double kill for the Nidalee in all honesty. Yep, they do get the double kill. That's going to pay off for the Nidalee with great returns that she did go Dark Harvest. Hopefully the Lee Sin is making her way over to her red buff. Let's see. Oh my, he's not going for the red buff. In fact, he's just going to go in for a gank when he's level 2. That is going to be very interesting. All right, Nidalee's just prowling around right now, asserting more pressure. Let's see if they can pick the Yasuo. 𝐒𝐿𝐴 lands a great throwback there, making an easy gank for the Lee Sin. Lee Sin just needs to land his Q. A bit of a miss there on the Lee Sin's part. Hopefully he can finish off the Yasuo. Oh man, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. This is going to be really bad if he dies here. All right, for some reason it just went back onto the 𝐒𝐿𝐴. That's kind of annoying. And Lee Sin, can he get it? Can he get it? Okay, Lee Sin does get it. Good job on him. If he didn't get that kill there and if he died, the game probably would have been over right there. And then this Nidalee has heaps of kill participation. Looks like they picked off 𝐒𝐿𝐴 as we were watching the top lane. Doesn't seem like the gold players are taking very good advantage of their trinkets. They don't have much vision. They're all dying from ganks from Nidalee every time. It's hardly even a situation of better jungler wins, more of a situation of jungler ganks, therefore laners die. Nidalee is now proceeding to counter jungle. At least it can't do much about it. Even if he showed up, she could womp him pretty hard, even though she hasn't bought her items yet. She has a hefty experience advantage, so she should be able to beat him just with her base damage on her spells alone. Taking out both of the scuttle crabs, things are looking great for the Nidalee, and Lee Sin didn't invade her red when she went bot lane, so she should be able to pick up a full clear here. The 𝐒𝐿𝐴 is getting lane priority in the mid lane. I would like to see the 𝐒𝐿𝐴 and Lee Sin both roaming into the top lane with how aggressive Yasuo was being. I don't know if this 𝐒𝐂𝐈 is going to be roaming at all, though. We'll see. So let's look at it from the Diamond perspective a little bit more now. Jhin in the mid lane is keeping up with CS with 𝐒𝐂𝐈. I'm surprised he doesn't have more since he's the Diamond player. Bot lane has a little more CS. Top lane has barely any more CS. And then the jungle is where we see the main difference. She is absolutely killing Lee Sin right now in CS and ganks. Yasuo, a bit of a roam there, a little bit cheeky. I'm not quite sure what he was trying to accomplish. Yasuo ganks don't really work unless your laner has CC. And Jhin, let's be honest, his CC is a bit of a joke. And he doesn't have a knock-up to let Yasuo use his ulti, and Yasuo isn't level 6 anyways. Alright, let's go back here. Some action going down here in the bot lane right now. Bit of a trade from the 𝐒𝐎𝐂𝐈. Vayne doing heaps and heaps more damage than the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa shouldn't be going in for these long trades like this, considering she only has a Doran's ring, and Vayne has quite a bit of AD right now, about 30 extra, about 28. So she's going to be way out trading, especially with the tumble buffs that Vayne got recently. Things are not looking good for the gold players so far. Hopefully, I think they might be able to make a comeback in the mid game since the Diamond players don't have any vision. We'll see though. Looks like the 𝐒𝐎𝐂𝐈 playing way too aggressive, getting herself caught out. Decent gank from the Lee Sin here. That is going to help out the gold players quite a lot. 𝐒𝐂𝐈 should be able to 1v1 Jhin. She throws the shurikens backwards. Things are not looking good. She probably would have been able to solo him in all honesty. Looks like she's doing a bit of an AFK move. And I don't know what she's doing. Is she just inting? That was pretty shit. Pretty shit. Vayne way overstays, gets herself killed with no vision. She overstays. Classic Diamond players. And Lee Sin just comes back in for another gank. She gets herself taken out. If I was in Italy, I'd be a little bit frustrated right now, but wow, that 𝐒𝐂𝐈 play in the mid lane. I wonder if that guy DC'd or something. Now, Nidalee is keeping tabs on Lee Sin's jungle. She's coming back in for it. Really well done on her part. She waited in the bush for Lee Sin to take some damage and use spells on it. If I were her, I would have waited until it was at least half HP, because she has higher level smite anyways. I think she went in a little bit too soon here. She should be able to get the kill. Yeah, okay, they still do get the kill, but still, I think if she would have waited, it would have been a lot easier. Lee Sin goes down once again. Nidalee getting some fat stacks, getting more stacks on the Medjais. She definitely knows what she's doing. Most likely a Nidalee one trick, or at least well-versed in the champion. Now, Jhin did just steal the red buff. That's got to piss Nidalee off. Having to deal with other Diamond players can be frustrating. I know that much. Yasuo and 𝐒𝐿𝐺 are fairly tied in the top lane. The gold 𝐒𝐿𝐺 is keeping up in CS with the Diamond Yasuo, and he only has one death, and I believe it was from a Nidalee gank. Now, 𝐒𝐿𝐈's coming out trying to defend this Raptor. A little bit risky since Nidalee is so far ahead. She doesn't quite push her off of it. Good try, though. It seems like the best hope for this gold players team is their bot lane. They're pulling the most weight. Leona lands some good CC on the 𝐒𝐿𝐺. Kai'Sa doesn't really do anything there. 𝐒𝐿𝐺 gets away. Nidalee coming in for another gank. This should be a kill for the Diamond players, and yes, it is. They do secure it. Kai'Sa, oh, good on her. She knew her damage output. She lands her missiles, finishes off the 𝐒𝐿𝐺. Unfortunately, she does die for that. Not quite worth it, since they did get shutdown gold on her, and the 𝐒𝐿𝐺 wasn't worth that much gold since she didn't have any kills. Top lane, still the same exact thing. The Diamond players need to start going for turrets now. They're not really valuing their lane priority. And Nidalee, after these kills, she should really be staying to break turrets. She seems more focused on just AFK farming and getting Dark Harvest stacks, which she does have a fair amount of right now. As a Dark Harvest jungler, what you want to keep your eye out for is having more Dark Harvest stacks than you actually have CS. So she has 66 stacks right now, and she only has 60 CS. That's about what you want. You always want to have more Dark Harvest stacks as a DH jungler than you actually have CS. Nidalee coming in for a roundabout gank, a little bit on the early side considering Yasuo doesn't have the lane even that pushed yet. She's definitely going to have to wait a bit. Lee Sin just saw her with her Q, so if I were her, I would just leave and do some more camps. This seems like it's a poor choice because if 𝐒𝐿𝐺 shows up, it will turn into a 2v2 under turret. She misses the spear. She's trying to force this really, really hard. This can turn out very, very badly for them if Lee Sin... Oh, yep, Lee Sin ults. So she just wasted a lot of time. The Diamond Nidalee. Big waste of time here. I wouldn't have tried to force that at all, especially after she missed the spear. She should have just really backed off. Bot lane does have a, not lead, but they have a decent amount of gold. They could definitely win this. Sejuani just missed ult. I would have liked to see Leona maybe go in there. Actually not. Maybe if Kaisa was level 6, she could have, but since they're both level 5. Now the question is here, is the Vayne good enough to be able to carry this playing against 2 assassins? Now if this Vayne's shit, Lee Sin, 𝐒𝐿𝐈 should be able to mop her pretty well. But if she is good, then we will see this team having a huge issue getting to her, since they do have a Sejuani Yasuo frontline. Awesome job by the Leona, chain CCing the Vayne. Great follow-up by the Kaisa, and they finish them off. These diamond players are getting outlaned by gold players, guys. This is a perfect example of how autofill ruins the game. Most likely, this is not a Vayne main, nor is it an AD carry main, and most likely, this is not a support main on the Sejuani. And I'm assuming these two are on their main roles at least, so 2 diamond players off-rolled, as you can see here, can actually get toasted by 2 golds on their mains. It's very possible, especially if they're low diamonds, D5s against high golds.
That's the Zyra main.
Who?
The Sejuani is a Zyra support main.
Alright. Just lost my rhythm a bit there. Nidalee is coming out of base with quite a bit of gold, a lot of items. She has 8 stacks on Medjais. She actually built the Medjais way too early in my opinion. You don't really want to get Medjais with how expensive it is until you have at least 10 stacks. You want 10 stacks on your Dark Seal. That way you get the 10% extra movement speed guaranteed right when you upgrade it. The 𝐒𝐿𝐈 is getting pushed around quite a bit. Her CS is suffering greatly. The main issue with this gold team right now is how far behind the Lee Sin is, and he's also not getting off many successful ganks. The only thing gold team has going for them right now is with how many kills their bot lane has, not even necessarily CS. Is Nidalee another bad dive on her part? I don't know why she even went for that. That was actually really close. If the Urgot wouldn't have been so far pushed up there, he might have been able to turn it on her if he just landed the knockup on her. That did pay off for the Nidalee. Like I said, though, that was pretty risky. If Lee Sin or something like that were to show up, he could have ulted them and deterred or something of that nature. Good thing Nidalee is staying this time. 𝐒𝐿𝐈 comes in pretty sloppy with the ultis. She does finish off the kill with the ignite, but she does go down. It is worth it, though, since 𝐒𝐿𝐈, not 𝐒𝐿𝐈, but Nidalee did lose a lot of her Medjai stacks out of that. That really sucks to lose it when you have 10. Yasuo overstays, and they have no vision. Now the question is, can the gold players pick up the kill? Yasuo wrangling the Lee Sin, and Yasuo goes down. Wow, I really thought Yasuo would have gotten the Lee Sin there. That was really, really close. Well played by the gold players wrangling the Yasuo. It does look like they're losing quite a bit for these trades, though. The Jhin is just sitting mid. He went AP. What a freaking troll. And he's just devastating these turrets one after another. Kaisa lands the ultimate. Can she take down the AP Jhin? Leona lands the ulti slow. I think she can. It's going to be really, really close, though. Alright, she can't. If Leona would have landed the full stun on the ulti, it definitely would have been a kill. Fairly close. Nidalee's got to be upset right now, losing those Medjai stacks. She is going for the dragon when her team doesn't necessarily have pressure. And, yeah, this is definitely a bad spot to be in right now. You don't really want to be here whenever all the enemies are alive. If you have 0 vision, like all of these diamond players have right now, you don't want to be going for objectives when all 5 of the enemies are alive, because you can put yourself in some pretty bad spots. Okay, yep, Lee Sin is here. Good thing they didn't go for that dragon. Just clearing out the vision here. Top lane turret is still up. Bot lane turret still up. The only turret that is out of the game right now is currently the mid turret. Things are fairly close. There's a 4K gold lead for the diamond players, mainly because of CS. I feel like the gold players might be able to bring it back if the diamond players try to throw for an objective. Wow, the Jhin getting all in here by the 𝐒𝐿𝐈. Serves him right for going AP. Get shit on, Jhin. You had that one coming, my friend. Alright, Jhin does go down. 𝐒𝐿𝐈 should get away here. Yup, Nidalee just wasted some more time. I'm surprised that Kaisa got taken out here with Lee Sin coming. Very interesting. I don't think they can do anything else here. It looks like they almost picked up the Sejuani. Top lane, Urgot still isn't here. Let's see what's going on all sides. So the gold players actually have a decent amount of wards out right now. They have this one, this, and these two right here. Doesn't seem like they're doing a very good job at warding this side of the map. So Nidalee is getting to take jungle for pretty much free. Italy has a decent strategy right now, kind of just ignoring her team for a lot of the game and just taking camps and going for easy kills when she sees them. It's not a bad strategy, but it's hurting her team a little bit since they don't have any vision. Fog of War challenge. Her teammates are dying quite a bit to these gold players. 𝐒𝐂𝐈 might be able to actually carry this game. Jhin just sold his Lich Bane. He's actually going AD now. I guess getting killed several times soloed by a gold 𝐒𝐂𝐈 was just too much for him to bear. So he did sell his Lich Bane. He's going for some AD items. He was probably getting flamed by his teammates as well. Alright, not much to see here. I'll just speed it up. Nothing's really happening. Top lane's still very chill. 𝐿𝐼𝐻's doing a good job at holding his own for the most part. He's down in CS, but the fact that he's not feeding is pretty good. Italy working her way towards top lane. We don't have proper vision of where Lee Sin is. Not quite sure why 𝐿𝐼𝐻 went in there. Just because he's just trying to make a trade happen. You really just wait for his jungler though. Alright, hopefully Lee Sin shows up here. Otherwise this will be turret. Looks like Lee Sin isn't here. Otherwise 𝐿𝐼𝐻 would have stayed. We are going to lose turret. Maybe bot lane can pull something off. And Lee Sin picked up Dragon. Pretty good for them, taking advantage of the Diamond players' zero vision. They just got a free Windrake, which should pay off for roams and things of that nature. Leona throwing the ult out way too early. She is sticking onto the Vayne though with her E and Q. Kai'Sa doing absolute absurd amounts of damage. Nearly picks up the kill on Vayne. Lee Sin really should have just went onto the Vayne there and killed her before he got his Kai'Sa. Hopefully they can pick up the Vayne. Ooh, and they do. Very nice, very nice. If Leona can pill for the Lee Sin just right here. No, not quite. And it looks like it will be a 2-for-2 trade. Not ideal by any means, but maybe if they can get enough gold onto the Kai'Sa, if they can frontline her well enough, they can carry this game. Now the Diamond players did get the Rift Herald, so that's bad for the gold players, but the golds traded it for a Dragon. If the Diamonds don't make good use of that Herald, though, that Windrake will hurt them in the constant roam since they do have zero vision. Italy just waiting here in the bush, waiting to pick up a kill. She does a lot of waiting for someone who her team has no vision. Alright, looks like they are going to just force down this turret. The gold players are finally grouping up. It might be too late. Not quite. Leona with a great ultimate. The EQ combo. Her team is following her up. They don't quite... Oh, they do. They pick off the Italy with their 𝐿𝐼𝐻 ultimate. Get off a decent fear. And they just picked off all of her Magi stacks there. That's got to suck for the Italy. They didn't lose anyone on their side. So they can actually probably win a fight here if they play it just right. They're going to have to collapse all in on the Yasuo instantly. At this point, they should probably just fight underneath their turret, though. Kai'Sa stepping up a little bit too far. Sejuani following it up with her ultimate. 𝐿𝐼𝐻 and Lee Sin going deep on the Vayne. I thought this might happen. The Vayne's not the best, so the 𝐿𝐼𝐻 and Lee Sin are just tag teaming her here. 𝐿𝐼𝐻 carrying quite a bit of weight now, picking off several of the enemies. Lee Sin having to back out since he's low. Can he get him? No, they're not going to. Oh, wait. Is she actually going to get it? That was almost so clean. This, wow. Okay, wow. That was a really fight to the death there. Both teams got a decent amount of gold out of that. As the team that is winning, though, the Diamond team, that probably isn't the best trade for them, because whenever you're ahead, trading gold is never a good thing. So Jin's probably pretty happy that he went AD Jhin about now. That Lich Bane shit was kind of tilting. But he did go Comet as well, Arcane Comet, so Jhin isn't going to scale very well into the late game. I feel like the gold players do have a chance, full item builds. They just have to be able to stick this out. The Diamonds are going to pick off the turret. Wow, they got caught way out of position. They really shouldn't have gone towards here since they don't have any vision. The gold players were simply just waiting for them, and now this is what's going to happen. Gold players waiting in the bush. It looks like the Diamond players actually turn it on them even though they had no vision. We don't quite pick off the Jhin, and the Diamond players do go down. 𝐿𝐼𝐻 gets to the party a little too late to help. She probably shouldn't have bothered coming. She's going to get eaten up alive. Wow, things are not looking good for the gold players. If Italy didn't die there, if Italy had died, they could have used her Herald and just gotten an inhib for free. She does go down, though. The Diamond player's gold lead is getting absolutely out of hand. 41k to 32. That is nearly a 10k gold lead. Absolutely crazy, guys. Things are not looking good for Diamond players right now. Yasuo overstaying, getting caught out by the Lee Sin Kai'Sa. Great ult from the Lee Sin. 𝐿𝐼𝐻 completely whiffed. In that situation, 𝐿𝐼𝐻 really should have held on to his ultimate. They're going to need it in this upcoming fight. Now, I'll give you guys a disclaimer right now. I have not seen this video. I have not seen how this ends, so I honestly don't know which team wins this. Just putting that out there right now. She's just farming it up, farming it up. The Nidalee has heaps and heaps of farm, nearly just 2 CS away from double Lee Sin's farm at the moment. She's getting really out of hand. Now, Nidalee does fall off a little bit when she is full items, but in the mid game is when she really starts to shine with her extreme burst. She is getting chased down a little bit by the Leona. Diamond player's having to back off a bit. They should probably start rotating towards Dragon. The Jhin is out of position. The gold player's collapsing. The no vision starting to take its toll on the diamond players. And that was really dumb of Jhin to be pushing up by himself. That was pretty bad. Alright, the gold players are being sneaky little rats here in the darkness, using the fog of war to their advantage. Hopefully they go for the dragon now that the Jhin is down and they play a proper 5v4 here. It looks like they're trying to force a Baron, which they really shouldn't be. The Sejuani way out of position. They didn't quite pick her off though. She just was out of position for free. The Jin's about to come up. Hopefully the gold players go for the Infernal. Can we please get the Sejuani? No, not quite. Lee Sin missing the Q. Sejuani missing the ult. I think we could fight this now. The gold players might be able to take it with Sej ult down. No one really seems to be interested in fighting though. Lee Sin with the kick on Yasuo. Sejuani way out of position. I guess she still figured the Vayne and Nidalee were behind her. Instead, they wanted to go for Dragon, which is what I wanted the gold players to do. But they do get Sejuani out of it at least. Maybe they can convert this into more turrets. It's going to be really difficult chasing this Nidalee though. Can they get it? Nah, this is way too risky underneath turrets. Jhin ult does come down, starting to slow them down for his team. His team isn't really in much of a hurry to follow it up though, even though they easily could have wiped them. Things are not looking good for the gold players. I'll just say that again. Things are not looking good. The main thing the gold players struggled with was taking advantage of the early game because of that diamond cheese play. Great CC by the Leona there. Wow, they are going to get 2 big picks here. Amazing ultimate by the Leona. A double CC ultimate, following it in for 2 easy kills. Jhin, Vayne way out of position. They also pick off the Nidalee. They might be able to push this into a 2-turret advantage here, just ripping these 2 turrets down. Hopefully they can. They really should all end them here going in for the Yasuo. Let's see if they do it. Doesn't seem like they're too interested. I don't know why they wouldn't do it. If 3 of them are dead and 4 of you are up, all you have to do is CC Yas and win the game. Could have easily gotten 2 turrets there. Yasuo wasting his flash, getting really greedy for a kill. Leona coming in way too late for the CC. Kaisa going down, picking off the Urgot, and that honestly right there will probably take away the gold player's last chance to come back. Now the gold lead is diminishing a little bit. It used to be 10k. Now it is only at around 8k, so it is getting a little bit smaller, but still 8k is a pretty big deal. They should be able to set up Baron for free now with 2 of them being dead. Good call by the Nidalee going for the Baron. She doesn't have any Magi stacks, and she's actually not performing too well right now. She's just getting caught out a lot, going in for really greedy plays when she doesn't know where the enemies are. She should be playing more behind her team and just playing around camps rather than trying to front line and going into bushes with 0 vision. I bet you if she was allowed to lay wards right now, she'd have 0 deaths. The fog of war has gotten her killed several times. Now with the Baron, I don't know how the gold players are going to be able to effectively clear this. That 8k gold advantage just turned into a 10k gold advantage. Things are about to get even more difficult for the gold players. If they can drag this out to the 35-minute mark, maybe they can win with full builds. We'll see though. How many stacks does Nidalee have? She is sitting on 144. That's really not that much. She has more CS than she has Dark Harvest stacks. Like I said, that is bad. That means she started doing a bad job at ganking or getting cannon minion and soul. Both of those. No one's really out of position here. No one's really willing to start a fight. See if they can get anything. Both teams playing pretty casually, not really trying to do much. I feel like the diamond players are just playing timid because of the fog of war, even though they see all the gold players underneath the turret. Just waiting for someone to be out of position. Leona coming down for the ward, gets caught out of position. The Sejuani really fucked up by wasting her dash / knock up on the Leona. She should have simply just autoed her to start getting her procs on her. With her dash down, now she has very little to fight them with. Leona landing a great ultimate E combo onto the Nidalee. Wipes Nidalee out immediately. Bad on the Sejuani Nidalee there for being the only two in that bush against the Nidalee. Alright, looks like Vayne is not kiting it out very well. Kai'Sa with the ultimate does pick her off. Yasuo causing havoc with the Lee Sin. 3 of them are dead, only against 1 though, so the golds are at a pretty big advantage right now. Can they pick off the Jhin? Yes, they do. It is now a 3-1. Hopefully we can finish off the Yasuo here. Yasuo is pretty far out of position. The 𝐒𝐿𝐈 and Leona were taking their sweet time and coming to pincer him, missing all of their CC. Yasuo will probably get a double kill here. The Leona and 𝐒𝐿𝐈 did a really shitty job at collapsing at the same time. Yep, Yasuo gets the kill and he should get out here. Yeah, that's probably going to be game, honestly, for the Diamond players. For some reason, 𝐒𝐿𝐈 came from here. Leona came from here. They should have both just ran the quickest path together and CC'd this guy, but Leona kept throwing her E's out at max range instead of just running up and pressing Q on him. Really unfortunate for the 𝐸𝐺 there, having to hold his own against the Yasuo. Didn't quite work out for him with the way his teammates pad. Lee Sin way overstaying. No, not Lee Sin, but Yasuo way overstaying, just getting simply ulted by the Lee Sin, taking heaps of damage. There is still hope for the gold players. The gold lead is now at around 11k, but I feel like they do have a chance at coming back. I really do. I think it's possible. Alright. Looks like we are going in for a pick on the Vayne. Doesn't quite work out. Hopefully Sejuani doesn't land ult here. Leona completely hard whiffing. Lee Sin going in for the pick. We trade the Lee Sin for the Vayne. Good job by the 𝐒𝐿𝐈 picking off the Vayne here. And we actually ran away with that fight. The main thing that keeps happening here is Sejuani is using her CC on the wrong people. And the Nidalee is not respecting the enemies. The Nidalee is finding herself in melee way too much with people like 𝐒𝐿𝐈 and Leona. And once, if you hit a full AP Nidalee with 1 CC, she's going to die. The Nidalee thinks she's Rammus right now, and the Sejuani, I don't know what she thinks she is, but she's just using CC on the wrong people. Mainly on the Leona and people like that. The Diamond players coming in for another dragon. For some reason, Leona is over here. I don't know why. I guess she's trying to solo ward and just finds herself getting caught out. Another Infernal Drake for the Diamonds. That is not good. They have a triple crit team comp with the Yasuo, Jhin, Vayne. With that, with that extra AD, that's kind of like double. So whatever the AD, the Infernal Drake is giving them, it's essentially more than doubled since they have crit and infinity edges. It's just really nasty. It's like making the Infernal Drake 2.5 times stronger than what it really is. You really don't want to be giving Infernals away to a double or triple crit team comp for that matter. So you can see here, Yasuo busting out some fat damage. He didn't quite finish off the Kai'Sa though, because Kai'Sa, let's face it, is brain dead overpowered with her ultimate. So we do trade the Lee Sin for the Yasuo. Not a bad trade considering how fed the Yasuo is. Well played by the gold players there. Vayne is starting to scale up pretty well. Now her positioning is still shit, so she should be able to get caught out by these 2 assassins. The main thing the gold players need to do is keep forcing Sejuani to use her CC on the wrong people. And then if they can manage to kill the Vayne and Nidalee pretty much instantly, I believe they can win these fights. As long as Yasuo doesn't get the win wall of a lifetime, the gold players really should have this. Alright, they're going in for a bit of a chase here. Looks like the Vayne did get caught out of position once again by the Leona and Kai'Sa. Now the Kai'Sa is going to get caught out. It's just constant caught out after caught out. Now the Nidalee is going to get caught out. She goes into melee form, trying to melee it up with the 𝐒𝐿𝐈 Leona. The Jhin trying to follow them up for some reason is going to get ground into bits once 𝐒𝐿𝐈 can get her little hands on him. She does step on the trap, so she can't quite close the distance here. The Diamond players really need to be going for this inhibitor, but they don't seem too interested. Leona throwing out her E way too soon. Great job by the 𝐒𝐿𝐈. Hopping over the wall, smacking the Jhin, because he deserves it, building that Lichbane first item. He really had that one coming. The Yasuo just walking around on his own. Yasuo and Sejuani need to be playing around each other, since the Sejuani dash does let Yasuo use his ultimate for free on whoever she lands it on. They're doing a poor job at synergizing that. Yasuo walking up really far with no vision, no teammates. If the gold players would take advantage of that and pick Yasuo before the fight, I believe they could end the game. The main issue is Yasuo can pretty much 1v2 any of the gold players at the very minimum. So if Yasuo is left alive, it can be very hard for these gold players to end it unless all 5 gold players are up. Leona just needs to walk into the Yasuo and press Q if they're serious about ending this. Gold players don't seem to want to trade this too badly. They're going to let the diamond players shove down the mid lane. Oh, wow. The 𝐒𝐂𝐈 is getting a decent pick onto the Nidalee. Nidalee does go down. Yasuo is really far out of position here. The gold players are getting some awesome picks. Wow, they are really making this happen here against 2 Infernal Drakes against all the odds. It does look like they're having some trouble finishing off the Vayne. Vayne takes down the Lee Sin with her final breath. Jhin busting out the ultimate. Ooh, nice. So it looks like they do finish off the 𝐒𝐂𝐈. Well done by the Jhin there. He's really starting to put in some work with his ultimates. More of the gold players are still alive. Leona getting off a great pick onto the 𝐒𝐿𝑒. 𝐒𝐿𝑒 way overstaying. And the gold players might actually be able to get a turret or 2 here. Oh, no, they can't. The minion wave's all the way back there. It looks like they will go for the Baron. Let's see. Will they be able to get it? I think they will, in all honesty. So the diamond players once again have 0 vision. And the gold players just get a Baron for free. This might actually give them what it takes to win the game. The gold lead of 11k has dropped all the way down to only 7k. So the gap is closing slowly but surely. Everyone has pretty much a full build right now or close to it. So the gold advantage isn't near as big of a deal right now. What matters is teams getting caught, and diamond players, especially low diamond, I'll tell you what, they get caught all the freaking time. And that's why I'm trying to show you guys it mainly from the diamonds perspective, to show you just like how it looks. Like with having no wards, it's so easy to get picked because enemies can come at you from really any direction, and having 2 assassins coming at you from any potential direction is a huge hassle, especially as a squishy like Nidalee or a Vayne or even Yasuo for that matter. Now 𝐒𝐿𝑒 is building absolute trash items. She should be going for something like a Frozen Heart and support items. She might actually lose this game for her team. I'd say she definitely is the weakest player on this team that I've seen so far. The Nidalee isn't pulling much weight either. She's getting way too close. Vayne is all the way back here. The gold players might be able to make something happen here if they can manage to group up. Let's watch it from the gold players' perspective for a moment, and let's see what they can do. All right, they're just going to be shoving up the mid lane. They really need to be contesting a dragon. It is another... Oh, wait. I think, is that an ocean drake? It's showing it like it's a flame, but maybe it's an ocean. Now, the 𝐒𝐿𝑒 way out of position, going in by herself when none of her teammates are there. She wasted her ulti. Looks like she is going to land some great damage, though. It doesn't really matter, though. At this point in the game, even if she does like hit them with every single one of her abilities, if she is by herself, she's just going to get her team fucking destroyed. And like you see here, 𝐒𝐿𝑒 just completely lost the game for her team, wasting her ultimate, wasting every single spell before her team was even there. Honestly, the gold players should be able to win it off of this. Like, if I had to bet money right now, I would say gold team should be able to fucking shove in here and at least get an inhibitor. 𝐒𝐿𝑒 absolutely blowing the game for her team. Like you see here, even with the skill differential, even with the massive gold lead that they had, all it takes is one idiot to completely change the game. And that's what we're seeing here with the 𝐒𝐿𝑒 being absolutely greedy, going in around 3-4 seconds too early and wasting everything. And not only that, you're like, oh, well, it's only 𝐒𝐿𝑒. Well, now it's a 4v5, big deal. The diamond player should be able to do it. A big issue with that thought process is you're not taking into account the items. Whenever 𝐒𝐿𝑒 did that bullshit, 𝐒𝐿𝑒 got full Rage Blade stacks by the time Yasuo and the other people got here. So by the time 𝐒𝐿𝑒's teammates got here, the 𝐒𝐿𝑒 was sitting on full Rage Blade stacks and was just grinding everyone into mush. So the 𝐒𝐿𝑒 got herself killed, wasted all of her abilities, and gave the 𝐒𝐿𝑒 free Rage Blade. If you guys have ever played against a Master, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And we're also going to pick up a Ocean Drake as well. Things are looking absolutely horrid for the diamond players. If the diamond players want any chance at winning this, they need to 5-man group right now and shove down mid lane and try to get inhibitor. But the more with them splitting and such, with all this fog of war, they get caught out non-stop and keep making really bad plays. This game is a perfect example. Heck, Fog of War Challenge is a perfect example of how important vision is. We have diamond players against gold players, and they're starting to lose. Like, that's pathetic. It's literally vision. Vision is so important that diamond players can actually lose to gold. Now, once again, guys, I do not know who wins this game. I have not actually seen it yet. So, who knows? Maybe the diamond players come back. But from the way it looks right now, if the diamond players get caught out one more time, I can't imagine them actually being able to win this. 𝐒𝐿𝑒 is sitting on pretty much a full build right now. She does have an hourglass, which is going to make it difficult. for anyone to one-shot her. Even if Sejuani throws a beautiful ultimate at her whenever her ult or whenever is down, she can just simply press Hourglass and avoid it altogether. Going in for the side push waves, this is good. I'm glad the gold players are going for this instead. Really smart since they already have mid inhib. Looks like Sejuani is trying to get caught out once again. 𝐒𝐿𝐈 is going in for the assassination on the Jhin, and she does get it. Good on her. Good stuff, man. Jhin getting caught out. Maybe shouldn't have played Jhin mid, because now you're going to lose to gold players, most likely. We're going to push down the turret. All the gold players have to do right now is 5-man this shit, and they can win the game. Easy. 𝐿𝐺at needs to step up, block spears if he can, save the minion wave. If he won't take too much damage doing it. Looks like he will, because for some reason he built 0 MR, and he has 0 armor as well. He really should have probably gotten a Guardian. Not a Guardian Angel, but he should have gone for a Stone Plate to give him heaps and heaps of armor and magic resist. Because at the moment, he's really not that tanky. He's just kind of going for damage. Now, this wave is shoving in hard over here. It's going to put the diamond players in a bad spot, because if they don't turn, these super minions could take down both turrets if given enough time. So they are having to give up this turret now to save their base. Looks like the gold players will take advantage of this while the Jin's dead for another 20 seconds and get another inhibitor. Good on them. I'm glad they did that. This is a really stupid spot to back. It could turn out badly for them. Don't know what she's doing. Maybe she was trying to bait. Once again, guys, Sejuani is literally using her CC on the worst person possible. She used her ulti and dash on the Leona. Kai'Sa evades the Yasuo here. And now they're just in a bad spot because Kai'Sa is getting off free autos onto the Sejuani. Looks like the 𝐒𝐿𝐈 and Kai'Sa are just going to absolutely grind up the enemy team. Kai'Sa going way too deep without the 𝐒𝐿𝐈 and gets herself killed. 𝐒𝐿𝐈 is going to have to carry this fight now. Can she do it? Yes, she can. Gets off a great stun. Finishes off the Yasuo. She still had her ultimate. Very impressive. 𝐒𝐿𝐈 is actually carrying so much weight right now, guys. It's insane. It looks like the diamond players are going to lose, man. They had 2 dragons, an 11k gold lead, 2 Infernals on a triple crit team comp, and they're still managing to lose. That is simply amazing. It's really this Sejuani, dude. She's using all of her CC, her ultimate on the Leona of all people. God bless her, man. Alright, they really need to fucking wrap this game up. They only got about 15 seconds. Their team needs to get in here. Jhin is giving them quite a bit of resistance with his just pure auto damage off the Infernals right now. He does finish off the 𝐒𝐿𝐈. Leona lands some great CC onto the Jhin. Good on her. And the super minion helps them. They need to finish. Oh, they can't. Vayne's up and she's about to be. That was really close, though. That Jhin did a great job defending the base there. Not good enough. He stepped up a little bit too far when the enemy team was already kind of leaving. So it was kind of dumb of him to die at that point. But at least he did get the 𝐒𝐿𝐈. Now, the gold players don't seem too interested in Baron. They don't want to risk a smite fight against that Nidalee. Looks like they are just going to play it safe and go for turrets instead while this top side is shoving it with super minions. Looks like the diamond players with the little vision the gold players have down are going to be going for the Baron. If they, yep, they went for, that's so dumb. Since they went for the Baron, this is going to be like a guaranteed free inhibitor. And the Kai'Sa lands a snipe onto the Jhin, picks him up with the ulti, and it looks like the diamond players are going to actually lose 2 inhibs here. Not quite. That was unfortunate. Now, a big mistake the gold players just made, I'll tell you in a moment. So they're just getting completely caught out now after the Kai'Sa went down. Holy shit, 𝐒𝐿𝐈 is so overpowered. She just one-shotted the 𝐒𝐿𝐈. Now she's just fucking blowing everything up instantly. That is absolutely bonkers. Great ultimate by the 𝐿𝐺at, and they just aced him, guys. So think about this. We have a gold 𝐒𝐿𝐈 player, a gold, who did absolutely shit in lane, got out CS'd, and she was close in kills, but bear in mind, she's playing against a Jhin who went AP initially, so she was getting out CS'd by an AP Jhin. She wasn't necessarily doing well against him. A gold 𝐒𝐿𝐈 popping off this hard. Now you know why TF Blade's rank 1. Just think about that, honestly. Now, I will say she's pulling a lot of weight. She's using her spells effectively, but good God, her spells are doing so much damage. Each one's like a Veigar ultimate. And they are going to wrap up this game. 5 blind diamonds against 5 golds. The golds won. The game ended on equal gold, 84k to 84k. If you go back just simply 10 minutes ago, the diamond players had like a 10k gold lead. So it really was the late game. Having no vision in the late game, all it takes is one mistake, usually coming from the Sejuani, and the game's over. It doesn't matter. This is why it's so important for you guys. Like, how do I carry my games? How do I carry my games? If you take it late game, it's a dice roll. Take it late game. Personal skill doesn't translate as much. You need to be getting advantages in the early game, in the mid game, like these diamond players. The Nidalee was not going for turrets. A lot of times Nidalee would get kills and then immediately leave. So if you are building the proper lead in the early game because you're the better player, make sure you're taking the turrets. If you're not, this is what happens. The game goes on forever, and the enemies, if they have the better team comp, they're just simply going to win. Once again, guys, don't forget to leave your predictions down in the comments below. I'm really interested to see what you predicted. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.